Hi, it's Nancy from Our Sidetrack Life. And if you're like me, I have been spending the last month or so thinking about New Year's resolutions. I don't really use that word anymore. I like to think of it in terms of goal setting and habit formation. So maybe this year you can work with me on rethinking your resolutions for success. Let's jump right in. Now, January seems to be one of the best times for people to think about renewal. What do we want for the new year? What do we want for our families? Reflecting on the past year and, I don't know, just trying to do things maybe a little differently. But goals and goal setting and achieving those goals are really hard for some people. And a lot of times we have these great ideas of what we want to do and all these wonderful things we want to do, and maybe the weight we want to lose, or the budget we want to follow. And within a month or two, those things have just fallen by the wayside. 80%, in fact, of our resolutions go unfulfilled. So what can we do to change this? What can we do to have more success than failures? Let's walk through that with each other today. I want you, before we get started here, to grab either your journal, like a new journal if you have one for the new year. If you don't, that's okay. Just grab a piece of paper, or you can just have a binder that's separate for this. And I want you to use that as we work through some exercises today to maybe have a little shift, a little different way of thinking about achieving goals for this new year. Now, one of the first things I want you to do is reflect on last year. Think about the things that made you feel really good, that you enjoyed, that you felt a lot of satisfaction around. What were those things? Let's write those things down right now so that you can remember them as you're working on next year's goals. Next, we're going to think about the big picture. Sometimes it's hard for us to think of goals or resolutions. Sometimes it's easy. But for me, I like to look at different areas of my life. Some common areas we might categorize include like fitness, wellness, financial wellness or fitness, relationships or connection with the community. We might think of mental wellness, like our stress. How about relationships in the family? It could be also creative expression. So these might be different areas of your life that you can then take a close look at. I like to use the Wheel of Life tool, and that has been very helpful for me. It's this wonderful chart that I'll show you in a minute on the slide, and that I will provide as a link down below in my description, where you rank each area of your life and you're able to give it a score. And you can do this just on a piece of paper too. So like for instance, if I say, oh, how's my physical fitness? How do I feel about being in my body right now? I always go to what's my pain level? How am I feeling on a day-to-day basis? And if that's, 5 or less, that's definitely an area that I can work on. So looking at each category or area of your life really allows you to take a deeper look at what things are already satisfactory, but what areas do you want more satisfaction in? And that's a great place to start. Go ahead and take out your journal, and I want you to write down 2 or 3 areas. What I did, and you can do it any way you want, I like concept maps. And so you can use a concept map. Let me just show you real quickly how I did that. I chose 3 areas of my life, and I feel like there's always like a couple areas I'm constantly thinking about. One is health and wellness, and the other one's financial fitness. I always feel like those 2 are on my list. However, there are different goals that I have under each of those areas, right, every year. So go ahead and write down some areas of your life that you would like to focus on, and we'll get to the next step in just a minute. So in order to raise our level of satisfaction in each area, let me take my health and wellness area as an example. If I want to raise my satisfaction in that area of my life, what are some things that I could do to help me feel better about that area of my life. One would be maybe losing some weight, and I'm not sure what number that might be, to help with some of my foot pain and my body pain that I've had coming up. Another one would be shifting things in my diet to help with that pain as well. So one big goal for me is reduce pain. Well, that goal is a big one, and there are a couple things that I need to do or focus on in order to reach that goal. So right now, just write some goals under each area, maybe 2 or 3, that you think will help raise your level of satisfaction in that area. Once you've done that, you need to test these little goals against the SMART recommendations. Have you ever heard of SMART? Okay, let me break it down to you. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So right now, I want you to go back to that list. You have your areas of improvement, you have some goals under each area, and you've broken down those goals into sub-goals or tasks, and you are going now to test these against the SMART criteria. Do that now. Once you revise your goals to be SMART goals, you're going to look at each one and say, okay, now, based on the time frame I've set for myself, I'm going to get out my calendar and I'm going to start adding in those items right into my calendar. It might not be January, it might be February you want to start something, or March, it might be any time of the year that you want to start the goal. But right now, I want you to take and look at each goal and use that goal, stick it right in your calendar where you want to start and end it. And if, say, for instance, in my case, it's making sure I get 6,000 to 10,000 steps every day for 5 days out of the week, I'm going to put that in where it fits in my schedule for the day. We want to set up habits, and this is one way of doing that. So go ahead and do that now. One of the things that starts to happen when we set our goals and we get going on a new habit, kind of new routine, we might fall off of that schedule a little bit, but I want you to stay strong. So one way to do this is by putting those goals up somewhere where you can see them. We always like to do vision boards in our family, individual ones and family ones, and these encompass the goals that we have set for the year. That vision board, or even just a list of goals placed somewhere like in your bathroom on your mirror, is a perfect way to remind yourself every day that you are working towards something. And be gentle with yourself. Know that you will make mistakes, but you can always start fresh again the next day. Nothing is ever too horrible that you have to bail on your whole goal or resolution. The other thing is create celebrations for yourself. Give yourself rewards. Make sure it's a reward that is fitting for what you are trying to attain. And if you need to, have some milestone rewards on the way to the big reward. These might be things like a new piece of workout clothing, maybe it's a special date out. It could be anything. You think of what might work best for you. Another way to stay inspired is by utilizing partners, getting a friend involved, having an accountability partner to help you stay on track. You did it. You are done. You've walked through this process with me of rethinking our resolutions and creating actionable tasks that we have in our calendar that will hopefully become habit for us. If you feel like you need a little bit more support and some other details, I have some more details in my blog post about this same topic, and you can find it in the link below. I'm so glad you joined me today to do this. It is so much easier to do it with support and with each other. I would love to hear about all of the goals you have planned for this year. Comment below and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Hope to see you soon.